You just brought up a fighter who switches. It reminded me of you and I speaking about Crawford versus Spence, and you told me that you see Spence. I'm sorry, you thought you were in the minority, kind of picking Spence, but you picked Spence to win that fight. Does Crawford switching? You don't think that's going to create a big problem for Spence, or you think Spence will be able to figure it out?
I definitely think it's going to create problems, but I just think I'm going with the old adage: the good big man gonna beat the good smaller man. I mean, I've watched Terence Crawford at 135, at 140, at 147, and I do think he's the best pound for pound, but I don't think he's the best welterweight. Does that make sense to you?
I understand. Explain it to the fans, though. Explain.
Well, okay, let's just say Terence Crawford, he's #1 pound for pound, but let's just say he jumps to 160 in his next fight. Right? Is he still going to be the best 160 pounds? Right, but he's still pound for pound. So I just think Errol's the best welterweight, but I think Terence Crawford is the best pound for pound based on resume, based on laurels. You know, so until somebody beats him, he's going to be #1 pound for pound.
I want to get your opinion on this. Bernard told me that he feels Terence, he's seen Terence adjust in fights before, and he hasn't seen that from Spence really, and so he edges Crawford with that in mind. Would you agree with that assessment that, you know, we've seen Crawford adjust in fights and Spence not? Because I feel maybe Spence, what he does to begin with just works, and maybe that's why he doesn't look like he's adjusting.
Yeah, I think I've seen Spence make adjustments, maybe not midstream, but during the fight, like when he fought Mikey Garcia, he made an adjustment, and he just carried his adjustment out the whole fight. So, but he went from just a pressure fighter to a complete boxer in that fight, and it worked. And I just really don't see Terence, even with the adjustments, being able to topple Errol Spence. I mean, Errol Spence is just a bigger, better guy. I feel like Errol Spence is capable of doing what Terence Crawford did, and that's going up 2 or 3 weight divisions, winning titles.
You're probably right. He's got a lot of size on him, Errol does. Last one I want to get your take on. It's been a lot of talk about it recently, Ryan Garcia versus Tank Davis. How does that play out? Are these guys kind of ready for each other?
I really don't feel like this would be a real fight if it wasn't for Ryan's popularity. I don't think he can beat Tank. I think that he may win a couple rounds, maybe like similar to the Rolly fight. He may be up on the scorecard. But I think Tank will catch up with him and hurt him and finish the fight.
I saw your son earlier say, and doing press for this fight, say something. He's seen Tank knock out like light heavyweights in sparring. Have you been around Tank in sparring? Have you seen stuff like that?
Yeah, I definitely see Tank, and I got way bigger guys. Tank just the bigger fighter. He's the better fighter. He's a stronger fighter. And since he's been world champion, his level been raised. I like Ryan Garcia. I like the way he fights. I just think that the public is putting too much pressure on him. These guys, want to be world title straight out the winning the national championship. They want to get in there and fight for a world title because the public is demanding them fight tougher fights. I just don't think Ryan is ready. I think Ryan may need another year or so. And then he can go in there and get it. And they're making plenty of money. You don't have to rush in and lose his O because he's succumbing to public pressure. Get in there when you're ready. Man, back when I was coming up, people had 30, 35 fights before they fought for the title. These guys wanted to fight for the title when they got 10, 12 fights, It's not that good to just fall into peer pressure. Do your thing, Ryan. Milk this thing. This is a hard sport. I would milk it for every ounce I can get. And then I would fight for a title, but I wouldn't. He's still young. You know, he's still young. What is he, 23, 24? Man, he got time. He has time. I wouldn't rush it. I would tell Oscar or Floyd or whoever trying to put some. Look, I'm the cash cow. I don't need Tank at this point. I don't need to fight anybody at this point. I'm going to keep developing my crap. I only had 2 fights with my trainer. Let me get a few more fights with my trainer. Let him get 4 or 5 fights with Goosen, and I think he might be a force to be reckoned with.
There it is, advice from the champ. Last one, man. Word on the street, you're going to bench press 500 pounds here pretty soon. What's going on with that?
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
It's coming?
Yeah, it's coming.
You gonna put it on YouTube?
Yeah, I'm gonna put my championship belt on when I do it, and let you know, like, I will be known as the strongest heavyweight champion alive. You know, it ain't none of the former or future, or, well, I don't know about future, but former or present heavyweight champions gonna be able to deal with me. I'm just too strong.
Since you got the hands that are in the Guinness Book of Records, right? You see them. There they are. Appreciate you, champ. Tell the fans where they can follow you, man, and see the progress.
I'm good. They just gotta find me. I'm somewhere. I'm on Instagram. They just gotta find me.
Hasim Rahman, appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much, champ.